up, you guys? It's Danny B. You're watching the Trash Stash. In this video, I'm going to be ranking the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. I've been on a little bit of a kick of Freddy and Jason movies and just kind of like fun 80s slasher movies like that. And it's been pretty fun rewatching all these. You know, I love these movies, and especially in the summertime, these are fun ones to watch. All right, so let's get into the ranking. Coming up at number 9 is going to be the 2010 remake. Yeah, this movie's kind of a bummer because, you know, I kind of watch these Freddy movies for the fun aspect. Like, even though Freddy was a child murderer and everything, he's still kind of fun to watch on screen. And I really think that's kind of the main issue with this one, is that they went too far with his character, making him a full-blown pedophile and then having him like in the dream sequences, he's going like, "You were my Nancy." I mean, Freddy's always been a creepy dude, but they just really went like too far to the, like, where you're just completely disgusted with Freddy. Other than that, you know, I thought the way they lit the scenes and stuff in this movie was really good. I didn't mind the new makeup. Like, it's not, I don't prefer it over the original, but in like certain shots and stuff, it looked cool. But yeah, just that aspect, I was like, oh my god, this is kind of cringeworthy. Like, there's a part where he's like killing the guy and he goes like, "You know, the brain can live on another 7 minutes. We have 6 more minutes to play." And I always thought, like, okay, he's going to torture him. But then I was just thinking about it, like, what the fuck does that really mean? Is Freddy going to, like, suck his dick or something? Like, if you went to go see a Creature from the Black Lagoon movie, and then all of a sudden the Creature from the Black Lagoon was, like, molesting children and shit, you'd be like, what the fuck am I watching? So that's number 9, the remake. You know, I respect him for trying to do something different, but it just wasn't my taste. I don't think anyone really liked it. Alright, coming up at number 8 is going to be New Nightmare. I'm not crazy about this one either, but I do much prefer it over the remake just because I'd rather have him be like a demon, like an evil demon, than like a fucking full-blown fucking pedophile creep who's like molesting his old victims in the dreams and shit. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of like meta comedy. Scream, I thought, balanced it well with the meta and the you know, in the slasher aspect. But this one, I don't know, I just wasn't crazy about it. I don't know, it just wasn't really for me. I felt like, alright, it's a little bit like, we get the point, like, alright, you guys are real people, and then this is really happening in real life. I don't know, I wasn't crazy about it. So, number 8, New Nightmare. Alright, coming up at number 7 is gonna be Part 5, The Dream Child. One of my least favorite Freddy movies. It's not like horrible, but I don't know. I just never really been that into this one in particular. I'm not crazy about like the whole pregnancy storyline. There's not that many kills. And then I'm not a big fan of like the whole comic book scene with the Super Freddy and stuff. Like, it's shot well and stuff, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of weak. The opening scene is pretty cool with like where you get the story of his mom and stuff. And this one is much darker than like the Dream Warriors and Dream Master. So it's kind of like a return to like the darkness, the dark evil Freddy. But overall, I think this one's okay. It's just not my favorite. So Part 7, number 5, Dream Child. Alright, coming up at number 6 is going to be Freddys Dead. And yes, I do like this one better than Part 5. I know it's not technically a good movie, but I like it. You know, it's kind of like, I have fun watching this one. You know, I'm a big fan of like when series franchises go to like completely off the rails into a goofy route. So this one is totally that. And I kind of wonder too, with the Freddys Dead, I wonder if they're trying to do like a Jason Lives kind of thing with it. Like Jason Lives, Freddys Dead. Because it's a lot sillier than the ones before, especially a lot sillier than Part 5. And just the opening shot of Freddy on the broomstick, like he's the Wicked Witch of the West. And then also the way Freddy dies, and like the way he's supposed to be officially be dead. Someone shoves a fucking pipe bomb in his chest. Like, they couldn't think of anything better than that. But it's so ridiculous that it's fucking hilarious. I don't know, I just crack up watching this one. So yeah, number 6, Freddy's Dead. Alright, coming up at number 5 is going to be Freddy vs. Jason. And I really love this movie. You know, I saw this one 3 times in the theater. And this definitely feels more like a Freddy movie than a Jason movie. And Freddy is really good in it. Like, the makeup they did for this one is a big step up from Part 5 and Part 6. I know people complain a lot about Jason in this movie, but I don't think he's too bad. Probably my favorite Freddy moment in this is when he rips, what's her name, Kelly Rowland's nose off. It goes, "Got your nose!" Oh, and then the whole pinball scene where he's bouncing Jason around like a pinball machine. I thought that was pretty awesome. That's number 5, Freddy vs. Jason. Alright, coming up at number 4 is going to be Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. The thing about this one, for me, is I appreciate more like the set pieces and set design, special effects, all that, even more than Freddy in this one. Like, Freddy's cool and stuff. This is his first time on screen and everything. He does a good job. But, like, just, like, the overall nightmarish aspect. I think my favorite scary moment is like the girl with the bag in the classroom, like she's all wrapped up in plastic and bloody, and like Freddy coming through the wall and everything. Just the whole like dreamlike aspect is really good in this one. And this is, I think, the only one directed by Wes Craven, except for New Nightmare. He did that one too. Yeah, very cool one. So that's number 4, Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. All right, coming up at number 3 is gonna be Dream Warriors. Freddy is absolutely great in this movie, maybe even at his best. Special effects are good, the kill scenes are good. The only thing for me that's like a little bit of a negative is that it does kind of feel at times like a R-rated kids movie. You know, all the characters in this are pretty good. My favorite Dream Warrior is actually Joey. Some of the characters in this are a little bit cheesy, like the Wizard Kid, and I don't know, Kincaid can be a little bit much at times. You got Craig Wasson in there from Body Double. He's good in this. Some of the best Freddy kills in this movie, especially the TV scene, is fucking awesome. And then probably my favorite kill scene in this is actually the, I forget the heroin addict chick, but Freddy turns all his fingers into syringes and injects her. He goes, "Let's get high." I'm not crazy about Freddy's death in this movie. I think he turn into a mirror? He appears in the mirror and then the mirror shatters or some shit. Definitely one of the weaker Freddy deaths in my opinion, but still a really good movie. So that's number 3, Dream Warriors. Alright, coming up at number 2 is going to be Freddys Revenge Part 2. A lot of people hate this one, but I think it's misunderstood. I don't think people understand that this one was a remake of JD's Revenge. There's an old blaxploitation movie called JD's Revenge where it's almost the exact same plot as this movie, about like kind of like a mild-mannered kid morphing into like this old gangster who got killed in a slaughterhouse. And JD is actually a lot like Freddy Krueger, so he's like almost like the Black Freddy Krueger. But Freddy is fucking terrifying in this one. This is my favorite version of Freddy. I believe, I think it was Kevin Yeager who did the effects on him. You know, the guy that did like the Chucky and the Crypt Keeper. So he has like this fucking awesome look where he's covered in like Vaseline, like he looks all gross and slimy. And they fully covered even like his hands in this one in scars. I don't think he had scars on his hands in the first one. And then he's got like the demon red eyes in this. I don't think he has it in any of the... Maybe in Freddy vs. Jason, but other than that. And I like this as a standalone film too. Like the kid Jesse, his story where he moves in, he doesn't know what's going on with this house. It's almost like a little bit of more of like a haunted house movie than like a nightmare movie. Fucking awesome special effects in this movie, especially the scene with Freddy coming out of Jesse, like bursting through his chest. You get Freddy kind of being like a little bit kind of like petty in this movie. Like he's throwing fucking vases on the floor, smashing furniture and shit. But overall, I really like this one. So number 2, Freddy's Revenge. Coming up at number 1 is going to be Part 4, The Dream Master. I love this movie. This has, I believe, the most Freddy kills. Freddy was still pretty scary, but he did kind of start turning in more to like the comical Freddy. But I like the comical Freddy. So I love the lighting in this movie. This was Rennie Harlan, I believe, directed this one. Lots of like green lighting to contrast the red lighting. I thought was really good. You got like Freddy as the doctor in this. You got Joey's death scene with the waterbed, which is fucking awesome. The naked girl through the water. The dog pissing fire. I love that. And I think my favorite kill is the girl with asthma in the classroom where Freddy walks up to her and goes like, "Wanna suck face?" And then deflates her. It just looks fucking awesome. And especially the way he kind of like creeps from behind the desk with the apple and shit. I love that. And then I gotta say, this is definitely my favorite Freddy death scene in the entire franchise. The way they did this shit where he fucking is like ripping apart with his, like, all the souls coming out of him and shit is fucking amazing. And then the soundtrack, I gotta say, is my favorite soundtrack, even more than the Dawkins soundtrack in Part 3. I love the soundtrack on this. The song it opens up with, Running From My Nightmare from the Actress Tuesday Night. Oh, and then I almost forgot to mention, like, the whole scene with the girl turning into the cockroach. fucking awesome. Yeah, so that's number 1, Dream Master, my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Alright guys, it's Danny B. You're watching the Trash Stash. That was my Nightmare on Elm Street ranking. Let me know what your ranking is, and let me know your favorites. And let me know if you've seen JD's Revenge too. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.